Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited that you're here for our 2021 Get in Focus Women's Wellness Conference. It's going to be an amazing day, an amazing day. We want you to definitely use the chat, communicate with each other, get to know each other. I'll turn this over to Janae Strickland-Nunn to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hi guys. My name is Janae Strickland-Nunn. I am the host and CEO and founder of Confessions from a Red Couch blog and podcast. It's all about self-love and self-care because that's what I'm all about. I started this journey about 5 years ago and I just continue on it because I feel like it's important. And I'm excited to have you guys here today. Uh, very excited. This is has been a labor of love. So me and Erline are just excited to have you guys here and ready to feed into you and get you in focus and just bringing you back to where you need to be. Erline, you want to introduce yourself?
Well, I could. I don't
Yeah.
want to, but I will. Hi, everyone. My name is Erline Mango. You'll probably hear me called many things today. Lisa, Lise, T-Lise, whatever that may be. But I'm Erline Mango, and I'm the CEO, host, creator of Shall You Proceed podcast. And like Janae said, this is a true labor of love. We have always wanted to do something where we feed into other people, feed into ourselves, and truly walk in our purpose. And we were walking in fear, but a fearful excitement. And we're just glad to see everyone so excited to be here. And I just hope you enjoy what we put together because we have some amazing women who's going to feed into you. And I just don't know what else to say. Janae's awesome. She's a great person to work with. Hopefully you enjoy all of this. And that's it. That's all I got to say.
All right, so I'm going to talk about the purpose of today and just why we decided to do it. So our mission is to inspire you to get your life in focus through quality information provided by experts that motivate through interactive exercises that help you grow physically, mentally, emotionally. And we're doing this all virtually until they tell us that we can all meet face to face and look at each other and breathe on each other again, I guess. I don't know. But but so we wanted to provide you guys with a very safe place in order to do that because we want you to get in focus. We know 2020 was difficult and 2021 was trying to be difficult. So we decided to just come together and bring you here and feed into you and love on you and just help you get what you need to help you get what you need. All right.
Absolutely. So really quickly, I'm going to show you the agenda. I emailed everyone the agenda, but I'm going to go ahead and show it. Excuse the roughness of how this is going to look. This is not my ministry. Okay. So we had our welcome, purpose, the agenda, icebreaker. Of course, please in the chat, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you want to focus on. What is your purpose for this? Joining the event. What do you want to focus on? It's never too late. You don't have to start in January. Start whenever you want to. But what do you need to focus on? Hopefully, we can cover that today for you. And also we have I said 3 giveaways. We have 4 giveaways. And we're going to give our first giveaway out right now. But make sure in the chat first, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, what you want to focus on. And also any type of questions you may have, put it in the chat. You can direct the chat to me or to everyone, and I'll make sure that we ask those speakers at the end, the Q&A, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this is the agenda. Let me stop sharing that. Our first giveaway, Janae, what would she give away first?
You want to do the workout classes first?
Okay, so one of our amazing sponsors, Shanice Caldwell, is a bariatric coach, fitness instructor, health, nutrition, wellness, and she is giving us a month free of working out with her and a package where you get the bands, the footies, the towel, all great things. I have everyone's name in here. Whew. Listen, I'm excited. And this will go to Let me get it together. Tamara.
Yes.
Yes.
This camera?
Oh,
Is she in? Is she
Yeah.
here?
yep, she's down there.
All right. Can you see it? All right. So that will go to you, and you are local, so we know where to find you. And Janae will welcome our first speaker.
All right. So our first speaker is going to be Alicia Holmes. So Alicia is an adult and youth social service expert. She is a Texas Southern University graduate. Alicia has devoted over 13 years to servicing communities through adult protective services, guardianship, and nonprofit organizations. Her history includes substantial work with adults and youth to provide health education, stable living environments, positive family relationships, and mental health awareness. She is recognized and depended upon for regular instruction and trainings within school districts, police departments, and other government organizations on the importance of understanding adult mental health. She excellently steers the audience with information, leaving participants ready to use the knowledge they've gained. So Alicia will be our first speaker. She is going to be speaking on get off the sidelines and get engaged in your life. So I am excited. She is my spiritual sister and just regular sister too. So Alicia, welcome.
Thank you, Janae. Thank you
Welcome.
so much. Good evening to everyone. Is it good afternoon? Good afternoon to everyone. I'm so excited. I'm looking at all the faces and I'm feeling your energy virtually. And so I'm ready to dive in. Thank you for that introduction. So excited. I want to talk to you all about getting engaged in your life and getting off the sideline. I have my PowerPoint, but it's okay because I really want to talk to you this morning and not talk at you. And I was looking in the chat and I was seeing, what the needs were. So I'm excited, and I am sure that, based on what I'm going to talk to you about this morning, it will be helpful to you. It'll get you in gear and get you in focus, right? Because that's why we're here on today. So I want to start here. I want to tell you that, and this is not to be a Debbie Downer, I want to tell you that time is not on your side. Okay. Now, I know that at one point, probably in certain seasons, we thought that, time was on our side. I'm going to be able to do this, X, Y, and Z. But just based on what we just are still in right now, coming out of working our way through COVID and just different things that have transpired, we see that time is not on our side. So we need to be strategic about the things that we are doing, the things that we want to do, the things that we are working on. Yes, you need to take time to smell the flowers. However, you need to be aware of what you're doing, mindful of the time, literally, not wasting time, making use of the time that, God has given you, so that you're not being wasteful. Okay. So that's where I want to start. Time is not on your side, not trying to be a Debbie Downer. And so during this virtual experience, I'm going to give you tools. Okay, that's my goal. And I believe that Erline said that she sent out workbooks and things of that nature. So if you're taking notes, great. If you're not taking notes, that's fine too. You can mentally store it up here, that's great. But I want to give you tools to strategize, implement, and follow up on your visions, dreams, goals, so that your forethought can become a reality. Okay? I'm gonna say that again. I want to give you tools so that you can strategize, implement, and follow up on your visions, dreams, and goals so that your forethought can become a reality. When I was first invited to be on this platform that I'm so excited about today, I was already like, okay, the title of the conference is Get in Focus, right? So I'm like, okay, well, where do I start? Where do I start? I was just trying to figure out what would I need to give you ladies for this first part of the year. We're in March, right? So we're in the beginning, and you can start anywhere in life. You can start over in the middle of the year, but we're literally in the first quarter. So this is a great time for you to start anew, right? Figure out what you want to do. If COVID wasn't a good time for you, if that downtime didn't help you and you're like, okay, I'm still stuck. Well, guess what? This first quarter, you can still start over. But what I believe, or what I see in dealing with people and what I do day to day at work, many of us drop the ball on the implementation part. That implementation phase of when we get so excited about, oh, I'm gonna start this business, I'm gonna write this book, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go to school. The implementation phase is where many of us drop the ball. Okay, we'll strategize it, right? But the implementation phase, that's the work part. Stay consistent, that is great. So this may be just a refresher for you, but for many of us, that consistency piece is where we get stuck and we stay there, okay? First, I want you to assess your mental state of mind. I'm gonna just take a minute so that you can, in your mind, assess where you are mentally. How are you feeling? Not just in this moment, how are you feeling? Okay? How are you feeling when you get up and you're going to that 9 to 5 that I kind of really don't want to be at? How are you feeling when I come home to my family? Oh, I love my husband, but sometimes, these kids, How are you feeling if you are the patriarch of your family and you are now taking care of your elderly parents? How are you feeling? Okay? Whatever that looks like for you, I want you to assess that, okay? Are you on autopilot? Are you critical? Are you thinking? Or are you engaged? I want you to really think about that. Are you on autopilot, critical, thinking, engaged? And I'm sorry that my PowerPoint is not up, but it's working out because it's all good, because I'd rather see you, because I know when you do those PowerPoints, you can't see the people, so I prefer it this way. I want you engaged right now in this moment. I want you virtually engaged with me, but I want you to think about that, okay? And let me stick with my time because I don't want to go over, okay? But think about that. And that's on a day-to-day basis, okay? And that's going to get us to where we're going as I close out my presentation to you, all right? Okay. So I want you engaged. I want you engaged right now. How can I reset my mental state? How can I do that, Miss E? You can do that by rebooting and mentally resetting daily. Okay, that's in the Bible. Renew your mind every day, right? But we'll keep it. This is not a church service, but I'm just saying that's in the word. But watch this: reboot and mentally reset daily. Well, how do I do that? I do that by understanding my daily energy levels. I get enough sleep. Develop a system that will work for you as you're corresponding with your best girlfriends and those coworkers that you can talk to and dialogue about, but get a system that works for you. Beautify your surroundings, okay? Whatever that looks like for you. So let me tell you, I decorate on a regular, but that's so because my home is my oasis, right? And I like to come home. I love to go on my patio, right? So of course, if I could take a vacation, great. But if not, I love coming home, right? Because this is my surrounding. I wanted to put this in there too. So if you're in an office setting, make your office nice. Because we're at work. You're at work more than you're at home. Okay? All right? Have lunch with a friend. You should be doing that with your best girlfriends, the ones you could trust, and be you, and it's a no judgment zone. You should absolutely be connecting with your girlfriends, okay? Right? Like, we're not doing that, gossip. No, we connecting with our friends because iron sharpens iron. Okay, we need each other. Exercise, okay? Play music meditate, or pray, whatever that looks like for you, in no particular order, okay? Let's go. So what I can tell you, what I know is this, in what I do for a living, I know that many people are dealing with traumatic life events, okay? I'm going somewhere. I haven't lost my place. I want you to get engaged in your life, all right? And get off the sidelines, and we're getting in focus. But before you can get in focus, we gotta deal with this part first, okay? If therapy is needed, guess what? It's okay. If a psychiatrist is needed, guess what? It's okay. If medication is needed, guess what? It's okay. You work with people that are dealing with mental health issues, whether you know it or not. You work with them. They're over you. They're your boss. You're working side by side with them. They're coming to work. You married to them. Yeah, they're your family members. You deal with them, okay? But we're getting in focus. So we got to get those things in line, right? To get us to where we're trying to go, okay? All right. So now that we've dealt with our mental, and you could go back and, like I said, assess that thing, see where you are. If you're on autopilot, we got some work to do. You need to be engaged, because that's how you're going to get to getting in focus, okay? Now let's talk about your foundation, okay? How is your foundation solid? I'm just throwing a question out there. Is your foundation solid? Well, some may say, Miss E, whose foundation is solid? You're right. Because it's a lot that went on. Now, I'm using foundation as an analogy. Let me just put that out there, okay? When I'm talking about foundation, now I'm talking about how you were raised, family values, things that were put in you, okay? I'm just using this as an analogy right now. How is your foundation solid? Is your foundation solid? This is not a good or bad thing or a right or wrong answer. However it looks, it's okay. We just need to assess it to see how it looks to get us to where we're going. Okay, so I looked up foundation, literal definition. Foundation is a part of a structural system that supports and anchors the superstructure of a building and transmits its loads directly to the earth. The purpose of a foundation is to provide the structure's stability from the ground. Okay, so you can use the analogy that you are the superstructure, right? And it's something behind you. When I was trying to figure out how was I going to start the presentation for you all, because I want this to be so authentic and I wanted to resonate with you. Your foundation is so important. That mental status is so important. You can't get in focus if you don't deal with these things first. Then you can get on track. All right? So your foundation may look like, it may be some writings in it. It may be a little unstable. It's okay. I just gave you some tools. And I tell you, I want to give you actual tools for implementation. It's okay however it looks. We just got to figure out how we're going to work with it. And it's no cookie cutter thing, because each one, as I'm looking you on the screen, is going to look different for everybody. Okay? All right. So as I'm starting out the morning, right, for each presenter, it's like I'm passing the baton. So, because we're just starting, right? And then the other speaker would deal with something else, right? And it'll unfold, and then we'll see where you resonate or where you connect, right? Okay. Now let's get in focus. Okay. Now we can get in focus. So, strategies and tools for success. Okay. Remember, I told you this is where I feel like we drop the ball. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Okay. Nothing I'm telling you is nothing that I'm not working on or trying to do better at. Okay. So strategies and tools for success for whatever that thing is for you. Whatever that thing is for you. Going back to school. I want to have a baby. I'm having marital problems. I want to do XYZ. Whatever that personal thing is for you, here we go. Strategies and tools for success. Prayer. You need to pray for guidance and direction. It's no magic trick. It's Pray for guidance and direction. You are not your own. Okay? The universe goes like this. There is a higher being than yourself. Okay? Now, some may not believe that there is a higher being than yourself. You are truly not in control of that. And we should know that just by COVID. We are not in control of what takes place in the earth. We don't get to call the shots. We, according to some people I work with, this is stupid. I'll be so glad when I can stop wearing this stupid mask. And you are not in control once again. Okay? Read and study. It's not even enough to read. You got to study yourself approved. Okay, I just went back. That's in the word. But this is not a church service. But that's with anything. That's what if you're going to go back to school. That's if you're going to be a specialist. Doesn't matter. Read and study thyself approved. Thing that you say that you want. Not that I said that I want. You say you want it. Okay? You need to journal. Even if you're not an avid journal, you need to write things down. You need to have it, you need to say, okay, listen, January 1st, 2020, So you could go back and look at that measures progress. And if a lot of us did that, we wouldn't have to be trying to run things by a lot of people. Okay? Journal, I see that journaling is everything. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, get into it. And it doesn't have to be so deep. Okay? Focus on one goal at a time. Stop listening to these people lying to you. You can multitask it. No. You can do da-da-da. No, you are not an octopus. No. Okay, maybe you can do 2 or 3. Stop trying to do 7 and 8, 20 things. You already a wife, a mother, a sister, a friend, a confidant, somebody boo thing. You serve at church. No, you on the board at work. Stop. Okay? All right. Because now we're talking about, this is personal. This is all about you today. Okay? So this is personal. Set a timer on social media. Listen, we already know where we are, right? Look, we on Zoom. Who would have thunk it? Okay? So we know the power of it. We know that. Listen, you already know you get news on Instagram before you get it on the news. You know that. You know that you get it on Facebook before the news. But you got to set a timer on that thing so that you could get in focus. Okay? Set a timer on it. Disconnect, unplug, whatever you have to do. Whatever works for you. All right? Diet and exercise. Okay? Crucial. Let me say it again. Crucial. Because everybody on this line, we in different. Oh, y'all so pretty. I'm looking at all these African Americans. Y'all so beautiful. But the people that look like us, we got to take care of ourselves. Hello. Diet and exercise. Vitamins. Okay, now I don't know what's the main age group on here, but I know I'm 39 and proud, knocking on 40. Diet and exercise. You're not that spring chicken no more. Okay? So you got to start walking, vitamins. You got to, listen, detox, all that good stuff. Okay? If you have some health issues, get with your doctor to see what you can do. If you can only walk 15 minutes, go for it. Okay? Balance. You have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. All of this goes with their mental state of mind. You got to find a balance. I say this all the time when I'm doing presentations at work. Every individual is one situation away from a mental breakdown. Okay? It's not beneath you. It can happen to you too. Okay? Connect with like-minded individuals like we are right now. Connect with like-minded individuals. And you will see that energy. Things will just shift. You'll start meeting people. You'll be like, man, you'll be praying and meditating, things just start happening. I would never think I would do that. Yeah. Connect with like-minded people. Now, you don't have to just drop everybody, but start getting in those circles. Start getting in a circle of people that want to go and do what you're doing. Mama and them was right. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That wasn't just no saying. They was right. Okay? Set time aside for goal setting. Make those goals measurable, okay? Make them measurable. Just don't be setting no goals. No, I'm setting a goal to do X, Y, and Z, and I need this done by da da da. Okay, if I don't meet the mark, I'll go back and revisit it, and then okay, right? Measurable. They talk about that in education, and I know Janae know all about that. It's a I can't think of the acronyms right now, but you gotta be. She know SMART goal. There you go, SMART goals. Okay, they gotta be SMART goals, measurable goals. All right. Let me tell you this, at the end of this slide, they say, you do not have time to waste. I know you think you do, but you don't, okay? And listen, since I'm knocking on 39, I really see I don't have time. I'm trying to catch up now. I'm trying to redeem my own time. Trying to just get stuff done, right? Okay, here we go, implementation. Implementation, the thing that I said that we dropped the ball. This is where many of us drop the ball. I'm not talking at you, I'm talking to you. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself because these are things that I have dealt with. Just do it. Just do it. Stop, wait, just do it. Get you a plan, journal, write it down, get with some like-minded people that can help you. Just do it. Okay, accountability partner. Yeah, you need one of those. You're gonna need one. You need a real accountability partner. You don't need that accountability partner. I ain't even gonna say friend. I remember I say partner because it can't always be your friend because your friend gonna tell you what you want to hear. No, you need somebody that's gonna tell you the truth. Janae, that's girl, that's stupid. That's no. Go back to the drawing board. No, and then you accept it in truth and in love. You ain't even listen. I just told you we don't have time to waste. You ain't taking stuff personal, right? Okay, consistency is key. This is where we drop the ball. Consistent. I had a professor in school tell me in college, my maiden name is McKnight. Miss McKnight, it's not about who's the smartest, it's about who's consistent. And I'd be like, what you mean? Yeah, that means you don't gotta be smart to finish college. Just mean you was able to stay the course. Okay, you'll get that later. Yeah. Now I know some degrees, yeah, it do require you being smart, but then others, they just was able to stay the course. That's why you have people doing jobs that they're not even able to do. You're like, well, how you assume? But that's how. Because they was able to stay the course. They were consistent. But guess what? You talented and gifted and you got all the tools. Okay? So consistency is key. If you fail, get back up. If you drop the ball, pick the ball back up. Okay? I just told you we don't have time to waste and time is not on your side. Okay? And I'm not telling you that as for a depression thing. That's to motivate and ignite you. All right? Mentor or coach. Yeah, you might need one of those. You just may need a mentor or a coach to help you and show you and guide you. Okay? They have free webinars all on Facebook, Instagram. Join them. Whatever it is you're doing, they got all kinds of stuff. Pick one. See what they're talking about. If it ain't the right one, pick another one. Get some referrals and resources, okay? And then the last one, invest in yourself, okay? Now, I'm a little frugal. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting better with spending my money and stuff, right? I get it from my daddy. But you're going to have to spend some money on yourself. You're going to have to invest. You're going to have to spend money to make money. That's a whole nother thing, okay? And if somebody tell you different, they lying. Okay? Because people that spend money, I'm telling you, they invest in themselves. They believe in whatever they're doing. It's a product. All right? Whatever that is, okay? Here we go. I'm almost done. Follow up. Now, you done did all this work. I'm giving you tools. I'm giving you literal tools. All of those was tools, okay? Follow up. You got to follow up, okay? Go back and review your goals. Don't let it collect dust. No, you got to go back. Janae just put out a book. I heard Janae talk about that book some time ago, right? But guess what? Now she can go back and review. She got it done. On to the next. Okay? That's a good example. Go back and review your goals. Okay, did I drop the ball? What happened? Whatever. Go back and review. Measure your progress. Remember, I talked about those SMART goals. See, we just want to put stuff out there and then just leave it there. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, there's a rhythm to this. There's a system to this thing. Why do you think people in business making money? Gotta go back and look at stuff. They gotta check stats, numbers, and all of that good stuff. You know, revenue, all of that. Whatever that looks like for you, okay? This is all about you. This is all about you. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? I'm gonna ask you again. How bad do you want it? You gotta ask yourself that. I'm asking you, but when we get off this line today, after you get all this good information, you gotta ask yourself, how bad do I want it? All right, I told you, get off the sideline and get engaged in your life. Do that, you'll be a better helper to other people. Then you can go support people in a good way. I'm telling you, it'll change things. All right, I'm on my last slide. You can do anything. I can do anything. Yeah. You can do anything. You really believe that? You can do anything, okay? You will be amazed at what you attract once you start believing in what you deserve. Your dreams, goals, desires are yours for the taking. But do you feel worthy? Do you? You got to ask yourself that. You need to sit down with yourself and say, self, do I really believe that? Am I scared of success? I used to think that was a cliche. Yeah, some people are really scared of, because to whom much is given, much is required, right? Because I said I was going to be here on today with you all, and I made a commitment and I had to be here. And if I would have dropped the ball, you see what I'm saying? So guess what? To whom much is given, much is required. But how bad you really want it? You really gonna show up, or you just talking? Which one? Or you just want stuff to look good on social media? Which one is it? You got to sit down with yourself and figure that out. Listen, your delicious, abundant life awaits you. Now let's get to work. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. I'm done. My name is Miss E Speaks. I hope that I said something to ignite you, but I want to do more than ignite you. I want you to take those tools with you, and I want you to assess where you are mentally. And after you do that and see where you are, check your foundation. And then I want you to get a plan and get to work. Get to work, okay? I am Miss E Speaks on Instagram, and I am Alicia Holmes on Facebook. I would really appreciate it if you would just follow me on Instagram, send me a shout out. I hope that I said something to impact your day today. And I want you to get to work on your dreams, visions, and goals. Thank you.
All right, ma'am. All right. Yes.
I feel attacked.
I'm over here looking at myself too. Right? Erline, did you look at yourself? Because I was looking at myself.
Listen, I feel so attacked. I'm beat up and I'm bruised. Okay, listen, I wasn't ready.
That was good.
That was
Alicia.
so good.
So good. So good. Like, y'all, get off the sideline and get engaged with their life. Yes, that was awesome and amazing. So before we go to the next speaker, just throw in the chat, let us know what you really grasped from that. Like, let us know what was your aha moments from Miss E Speak session. I can tell you mine. As my husband said, stop trying to do everything and just do one thing. Okay, sir, shut up. Sir, be quiet. Yes, how bad do you? I think when she said, how bad do you want it? I was like, oh, you know, it kind of hit me, Erline.
I wasn't ready.
You wasn't? I wasn't ready, but I appreciate it though. I really do. All right, so our next speaker is Fair M. Green. She is the CEO of Thick, Bold, and Healthy. She is a body activist, health enthusiast, and a curvy woman entrepreneur who is changing people's minds about health perceptions, one woman at a time. She is blazing the trail for women to accept themselves as full-figured beings and empowering them to be confident, build self-love, and adopt a healthy lifestyle no matter their size. Farrah knew she wasn't the only woman going through these challenges of body image, self-love, and adopting a healthy lifestyle. So she decided to create Thick, Bold, and Healthy to help and teach women how to embrace their curves and master their health through wellness and nutrition. She later decided to launch the Body of Gold podcast to also provide women the tools they need to love their bodies more, build more self-love and confidence through mindfulness, health, and wellness. Today, she has helped hundreds of women online build more self-love, confidence, and adopt a healthy lifestyle that works for them and their families so they can truly love the skin they're in. All right, Miss Farrah, are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, I am. I am ready.
I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, awesome. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and let me know if you ladies can see my screen once it's shared. All right, ladies, can you see my screen? Okay, so I am super excited today, and thank you, Janae, for giving that amazing introduction. And today we will be discussing the 3-step process to actually ditching the scale and living your life green. Okay, so one of the main reasons why that I decided to choose this topic is because, for one, this conference is called Get in Focus, and it's a women's wellness conference. And I think a lot of times us women, we get so caught up with the number on the scale versus the actual body that we see when looking into the mirror. So I'm going to go through the 3-step process. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the chat. And this is going to be very engaging. I'm going to be asking you guys questions along the way. So y'all are already engaging and doing great. So just keep it up. All right, so let's get into it. So before we actually dive in, I just want to add on to what Janae had mentioned. So again, my name is Farrah Green. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I currently reside in Virginia Beach. I discovered my purpose at the age of 16. I just didn't know it yet, but now I do. And I am also a certified nutritionist, personal trainer, and also known as the body positive nutritionist, AKA your snack queen, because I always keep a snack in my purse. And I did find, I have founded the Thick, Bold, and Healthy movement back in June of 2018. And I have helped hundreds of women build more self-love and begin really transforming their health in order to prevent and manage chronic illnesses. And I've been featured in Naturally Curly and on several other podcasts. And one of my greatest achievements is actually competing in 10 5K to 10K races and a half marathon in less than 1 year. So ladies, I'm telling you, your body can do any and everything. You just have to put your mind in focus. And then my favorite snack is dark chocolate. I am a chocolate lover. I'm pretty sure I have other people on here that loves dark chocolate. And I love to travel to the Caribbean and Africa as well. All right. So the truth of the matter is that there are a lot of health and wellness experts out there. But to be quite frank with you all, what makes me honestly different is because I know exactly what it feels like to be an emotional eater. I know it's also important for you all to learn from someone that actually looks like you and can actually relate to you and understand your day-to-day struggles, as well as I teach health and wellness from a mindset perspective versus a weight loss approach. For me, it's all about getting your mind together, making sure that foundation is set. And then as the journey begins, you are falling more in love with the process versus just falling in love with the outcome. And so we'll dive more into that as we go through this talk today. All right, so I want to know how many of us can actually relate to each other. And I know this is going to be some questions that are a little bit deep, But I expect for you all to be open and honest, and any comments that we share today in the chat, they all stay within this room today, this virtual room. So comment 1 in the chat if you've ever been teased. Comment 1 in the chat if you have ever been teased. Wow. There are a lot of you all. All right. Comment 1 if you've ever felt ashamed about your body. If you've ever felt ashamed about your body, comment 1 in the chat. Wow, something like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I felt that. I felt that. All right. Comment 1 in the chat if you've ever been criticized about your body by family members or friends or even co-workers. Wow, ladies. Yeah. Comment 1 in the chat if you have ever tried fad diets or even yo-yo dieting. You've ever experienced fad diets or even yo-yo dieting. Somebody said family is the worst. Yeah, families can be your biggest critics. All righty. Comment 1 in the chat if you've ever struggled with really loving yourself unapologetically, like hands down. Somebody said they feel attacked again. Listen, we just speaking truth today, y'all. Like we are just speaking truth. All right. And comment 1 in the chat if you are actually ready for a life-changing experience. Because the steps that I am going to provide for you all today, it will take the pressure off of feeling like you have to fit into society's beauty standards. Only standard that matters is yours. So I just want to make that very clear. All right, and that is exactly why. So you see that all of us can relate to each other, can understand where each other is coming from. We've all mostly experienced similar things. Gia says, my mom always said, this is my pleasantly plump baby, as if it's a compliment. Yeah. My boyfriend back in high school always told me that too. He was like, you're pleasantly plump. So I know how you feel. And I get it. And that is exactly why I created this platform, TBH, because, you're just sick and tired of people always having something to say about your body. And truth be told, what's more important is how you personally feel about yourself and just eliminating the opinions of other people. So that is why I decided to create the 3-step process to ditching the scale and really living your life green and embracing your body where it is now, as long as you go through your journey. So comment ready in the chat. I want to see ready. Comment, y'all, ready in the chat. Y'all ready? All right. Awesome. Okay. So step number 1 is creating your green print. Step number 1 to actually ditching the scale and really working on living your life green is creating your green print. This is your foundation. Think about your green print as your blueprint. So when you often think of blueprint, it's almost like a guide. It's telling you exactly how to build something that you actually want to accomplish. Now, your green print is something similar, but it has everything to do with your health and wellness. It has everything to do with the health and wellness lifestyle that you actually want to live. So the main reason why this step is really important is because, for one, you have to determine what's really holding you back from loving all of you, whether it's trauma, whether it's abuse, whether it's something that happened in your childhood, whether it's currently something that's happening right now in your life with the relationships that you have with people. You really have to figure out what's holding you back. And 9 times out of 10, it's us. I see Janae starting to fan herself. And it's okay, girl. It's okay. All right. Another reason why creating your green print is really important is because you also must determine exactly what it is that you want. A lot of us do not know what we really want out of life. And a lot of us are confused about where is it that we're going. So you really have to determine, what do I want? What does Farrah want? What does Samantha want? What does Kayla want? What does Tamara want, right? You have to really sit down with yourself and figure that out. And this also leads to, as you are figuring out what is it that you want, this really leads to you gaining clarity. So self-love, I want y'all to know this, and please write this down. Self-love, health goals, and negativity do not mix. They just don't. So you are really competing against yourself if you are trying to build self-love, if you are trying to accomplish your health and wellness goals, while also starting to self-sabotage yourself and speaking negative self-talk. Like, it just does not mix. So you have to really learn and sit back. How am I, or how do I want to go about my life? And how will I go about accepting my body where it is right now? Even if I want to change it, how do I still accept myself? And so when you create your green print, I want you to understand that your green print is basically a letter to yourself. Once you're able to determine the first 3 steps that I gave you all within the green print, you really have to then ask yourself in a written letter and ask yourself, how does she want to live her life? Almost think as yourself as the third person, like you're speaking in third person. How does she want to live her life? How does she want to feel? How does she want to move? How does she want to talk? How does she want to engage with people? What are the conversations like on a day-to-day basis? How does she want to fuel her soul? How does she want her relationship to God to be? How does she actually want her relationship with food to be, right? So yeah, these are a lot of questions, but these are important questions that you must ask yourself. And that is the written outline that will actually go into your green print, which is ultimately a letter to yourself explaining how you really want to live your life. And you determining what is it that you want. Kamisha says, yes, get out your own way. Get out your own way, ladies. You have to. And I want to share with you all one of my clients. I met this young lady, Essence. She's about 22 years old, but she was really having a hard time in college. She was really going through a depressive stage and a depressive moment. But once we were able to actually develop her green print and actually her figuring out what is it that she actually wants and how does she want to live her life, and that letter to herself really outlined her health and wellness goals, she was able to drop 20 pounds in those 3 months that we worked together. So please give it up for her. Like, I want to see some comments in the chat, like, congratulate her. Of course, she's not on here right now, but I want you all to know that this is a prime example, other than myself, that you can do this too. All right. Step number 2 is learn how to eat for your body type. And so we're going to go into some science just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. But step number 2 is really you learning how to eat for your body type. So while you have this green print, which is your letter to yourself, which is that foundation, your next step is actually how to learn to eat for your body type. Simply because we all have 3 different body types and we fall under one of these categories. Okay. And a lot of times we sit there, we hop on the scale, we weigh ourselves, and we're just like, the scale isn't moving, the scale isn't budging. What's going on? I feel like I'm eating all the right things, but what's going on? I'm going to be honest and clear with you all. Sometimes the healthiest foods does not mean it complements your body. That is one of the reasons why I also help my clients with genetic testing, because at the end of the day, we have to know what actually complements our inner well-being so that we can get the results that we want. And so the 3 body types are, write this down, y'all, and if somebody could actually comment in the chat and just spell this the best way that you can, that would be great, so everybody can also know. So the first body type that you have is the ectomorph. okay, is the ectomorph. The second body type is the endomorph. And the third body type is the mesomorph. So the ectomorph is someone who is pretty lean, their metabolism is really fast, but they really have a hard time gaining weight. And so they really need a diet that is really high in carbs to fuel their energy, to like really, you know, if they need energy to like go to the gym, or these are like your marathon runners, right? That you see on New York City running that 26-mile marathon. Those are like your ectomorphs, okay? Now, you also have your endomorphs, which is your girl here. I am an endomorph, okay? Endomorphs, our metabolism is actually really, really slow. And so what happens is that because we may not be consuming high protein meal plans, we tend to gain weight a lot easier and faster than the other two body types. Okay. And so like I said, we need a high protein meal plan, but also knowing that when it comes to working out, we do need a diverse workout of both cardio and strength training. And then the second, or third, I should say, the third body type is the mesomorph, okay? Somebody comment that in the chat, mesomorph. The mesomorph is someone who is in between. They are pretty solid. They are built, you know, in a type of muscular type shape. They're also a little bit more bottom heavy, and they need more of a mixed diet, such as fats, protein, and carbs. They need to consume mixed diets in order to fuel their bodies. So the reason why I am going through these 3 different body types with you all today is because not only will this help you along your wellness journey, but this will also help you stop comparing yourself to other ladies on social media. And that is just the truth, and that is just real. Whether it is on social media, whether it is day to day, whether you're in church, whether you're at work, we are constantly, every single day, comparing ourselves. I wish I had her waistline. I wish I had her bust. I wish I had her legs. Why don't my face look like that? Or why do I have a double neck or a double chin? Or, you know, I want to get rid of this gut. Well, like, what can I do? Like, you really have to understand that when you really sit back, each and every one of you all are unique. Y'all all have a different DNA and genetic makeup. So that is one of the key reasons why knowing and understanding your body type and how to actually eat for your body type will help you find more joy, because you know that you're doing what's right for you versus sitting there and self-sabotaging yourself and comparing yourself to other people. And I also want to say this too. If you are a woman who's dealing with you know, a chronic illness, or you're looking to reverse a chronic illness or reduce medication, simply learning your body type will also help you reduce your medication, lower your A1C level, in all other aspects of your life. It will just help you be more well-rounded when it comes to your wellness journey. This will also help you to learn how to actually eat out and not overdo it and not binge. So again, learning your body type ultimately helps you fuel your body. Now, I do want to ask you, comment in the chat and let me know what you all think your body type is. So we have, like I said, ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. I was real with y'all. I told y'all your girl is an endomorph. I can gain weight like this. Like this. Okay, somebody said mesomorph, endomorph. I think I'm a mesomorph, endomorph. Okay, awesome, awesome. So this is good because this actually helps me speak to the right people. Awesome. All right. Now that you shared this, I want to again show you all that Danielle did the same thing too. Danielle, she was in the process of really learning her body type and understanding what foods complement her. When we started working together, she was 217 pounds. Now she's around 175. She's also an endomorph. And what we did was actually construct a vegan and vegetarian lifestyle plan for her. And I just want to express to you all, just because this worked for her does not necessarily mean that it may work for you. Like I said, everyone's body is very, very unique. So when it comes to creating nutrition plans and looking and building more self-love, again, you have to understand your body type and figure out what foods actually complement your body. Awesome. So again, as always, clap it up for her. Because she did the work and she showed up every single day to put herself first. And the last step that I would love to review with you all is discovering your internal challenge. You must discover your internal challenge. Now, your internal challenge is basically a goal that you have that has nothing to do with the number on the scale. It has nothing to do with the number on the scale. And the reason why this is so important for you all to select goals that has nothing to do with weight or health and wellness goals that has nothing to do with weight loss necessarily is because weight loss does not solve any insecurities. You can lose all the weight that you want, but the moment that you reach that ultimate goal, the moment that you reach the outcome, you can still sit there and be very unhappy with yourself. So that is why it's important for you to, again, understand your green print, understand how to eat for your body type, and then go into discovering your internal challenge. Also, by you knowing your internal challenge, which again is that goal outside of weight loss, this will help you stay motivated even when the scale is not moving. Even when the scale isn't moving, this will help you stay motivated along your journey. And then the last thing is that by you also creating this internal challenge, you are making a lifestyle change versus just a short-term habit. A lot of us, again, are so caught up in fad diets and yo-yo dieting that we are not living a life of abundance simply because we have not figured out what drives us every single moment of the day to make sure that we actually do stay on track with our health and wellness goals. So meet my girl, Sherelle, okay? Now, Sherelle, she came to me and she said, Farrah, I really want to lose weight. I need to get this weight off. I said, hold up. Before we even go into that phase of weight loss, I need us to really discover your internal challenge. What is going to be your number one drive? And her internal challenge was her children, was her kids. She said, listen, I need to do something because I want to especially show my daughter that you can have it all and be a strong, independent woman. So this is why I'm waking up every single morning and doing the work that I need to do along my wellness journey. So again, discovering your internal challenge will put you over the top and over the edge because this is your number one motivation. And I just want to share with you all and let you all know that these 3 steps that I'm sharing with you all about ditching the scale and really learning how to live your life green does not necessarily have to do with weight loss. It could also deal with, like this, for example, my girl, LaShawn, her A1C level was at an 11. We got her A1C down to a 5.8, okay? So this means that she is in the process of really like reversing her diabetes. And then same thing with Arena. She was a mom, two twins, twin boys, a girl in high school. She was doing everything herself. And she said, Farrah, I really want to lose weight. But the truth of the matter is that you could take these 3 steps, still get the wellness and the health goals and reach those achievements that you want to achieve, even without necessarily losing weight. And so again, her A1C level was at an 11. She's now at a 7. And she also was able to reduce her medication. So I want you all to know that what I'm teaching you all today is just not all about weight loss. It's really about getting your lifestyle and your health lifestyle together in point, in check, and making sure that you have guidance and accountability in order to get there. So let's just do a quick recap. Okay. So number 1, like we said, create your green print. Number 2 is learn how to eat for your body type. And number 3 is really discovering your internal challenge to make sure that you have that drive and you have that number 1 motivation that has nothing to do with the number on the scale, and you can still get your whole life together and live life in abundance. All right, ladies. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to meet me out in the breakout room. If you look into your workbook, you can actually see that I have a section for you to actually go through the internal challenge method, and we can actually go through that together so I can help all of you. Right. Thank you, ladies. Please follow me, of course, on social media at FarrahMGreen_ and at Thick, Bold, and Healthy. Thank you.
Erline, you're
There
muted.
it is. Listen, I apologize. I was just, the word hit me. I wasn't ready. I feel so overly attacked today. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not happy about it, but I'm happy about it. Y'all can meet me outside because I'm mad because so much is going on. That was so good. That was so good. Let me make sure before we go any further into our next speakers, we had two amazing speakers. And listen, I wasn't ready. I just knew points that were going to be discussed, but if I knew they were going to attack me mentally today, I would be like, y'all can't come, because I wasn't ready for the truth. I'm still in denial. But it was so neat, so beautiful. I hope y'all are enjoying it so far. I want to say thank you to everyone who was in, commenting. I mean, we're having service today. I didn't know we're having service today. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was crying a little bit earlier. I'm a thug. I can't let you see me drop them thug tears. I wasn't ready for this. So neat. I'm so glad to be experiencing this with you, Janae, and everyone here. Thank y'all so much. This is amazing. And just so you know, like Farrah just said, when everyone is done, we're going to have breakout rooms, and I'll put a poll up and you can pick which room you want to go in. If you want to do multiple rooms, let me know and I'll try to move you around. And that's going to be like a 20-minute one-on-one small little group to speak with to talk with all the speakers, get their information, ask questions. So they'll have their own breakout room a little bit later on in the conference, but I wasn't ready. Janae, do you want to go to the next speaker? You want to do a giveaway?
We got time to do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway.
Okay.
Yeah. What is our next giveaway? Which one are we gonna give next?
Oh, let's do the wellness basket from Baskets of Joy for all occasions.
Yes. So our next giveaway is Baskets of Joy of all occasions. It's a beautiful self-care basket. It has everything you need. It has good smelling stuff. I can't think right now because y'all, my brain's messed up because I've been processing what everybody's been talking about.
Tax.
It has essential oils, journals, things that you can use to implement in your self-care routine. These are people who registered. They should have came. I wonder if
Sunshine.
There it is. Oh,
there it is.
And
she's Sunshine.
Yay.
No, Sunshine's here.
Yep, she's here.
Yes.
So you have gotten a self-care baskets from Baskets of Joy for all occasions.
All right.
So we're jumping in. So guys, it's 12:11. We're a little bit behind, but we're still doing good. Right? We're still doing good.
Yes, because we're not trying to hold you. We try to appreciate everyone's time, but
yes,
when the word is good, the word is good.
Yeah, that is true.
Amen.
We don't stop. We want to keep it going.
Right.
All right. So our next speaker is Terry N. Harrison. She is the CEO of Fearless and Fabulous Worldwide. Terry is a small business innovator and motivational maven, and a catalyst for legacy makers. With her signature programs and consulting services, she inspires women to own their power, find their voice, and monetize. Oh, where am I? Sorry, guys. And monetize their purpose. After practicing law for 15 years, she became the founder and CEO of Fearless and Fabulous Worldwide, a personal development and business consulting company for women leaders, and entrepreneurs. In her role as Chief Success Strategist, Terry uses her global empowerment platform to accelerate personal and professional success. In addition, Terry is a contributing writer for the Huffington Post, Success Magazine, and Black Enterprise. She is also the author of Winning at Entrepreneurship: Innovative Strategies for Small Business Success, a step-by-step roadmap for aspiring entrepreneurs. A cultivator of girl power and grit, Terry is also the founder of Business Girls Rock, a Nashville-based meetup group that fosters personal and professional growth through social engagement and camaraderie amongst women. So, Terry, are you ready?
I'm ready. Well, good afternoon to every single person in the virtual building today. We may be in the Zoom room, y'all, but we are still at a conference. We are at the Get in Focus conference. And first, I just have to shout out these amazing ladies who put this together today. Shout out to you, Lisa. Shout out to you, Janae. You have done a phenomenal job. And I have to just shout out the women who showed up today as well. Listen, it's Saturday. You didn't have to be here, but you showed up anyway because you're ready to get your life in focus. You're ready to get your vision in focus. And I want you to know that I see you. When I look across this virtual room, I don't just see a room filled with women. I see trailblazers and history makers. I see icons and world changers. I see bosses, queens, super mamas, and legendary CEOs. If you believe that and you receive that, just type in the comments, yes. Yes, well, ladies, I'm really excited to be here today. And my job really is just to push on you a little bit. I came to push you out of your comfort zone. I came to push you out of your complacency so that I can push you in to your purpose and into your destiny, because that is where we all belong. But how many of you know it's a process? The journey is a process, and there are some things that you need to get for the journey ahead. And I want to talk to you about 3 of those things today. I call it the get right formula, because I believe that when you get these things and you implement these things, they will change the trajectory of your life. They change the trajectory of mine. So let's talk about it. Let's dig in and talk about the 3 things I believe every woman must get on her journey to success. Are y'all ready? All right, let's talk about the first thing. The first thing that every woman must get is she must get serious. The time has come for you to get serious about your purpose and your destiny. The time has come for you to get serious about what you want out of life, and most importantly, the things it will take to get it. There are so many people who wake up every single day and they're just going through the motions of life. So many people who have great ideas, a tremendous amount of talent, but they're not utilizing it. Why? Because they're stuck in what I call the matrix of mediocrity. How do I know that story? Oh, I know that story because I lived that story. See, I went through a period of my life, y'all, where I wanted more for myself, but I wasn't doing more to get it. I was starting a whole bunch of stuff, but I wasn't finishing it. I was starting goals, but I wasn't finishing goals because I was stuck in the matrix of mediocrity. But see, I attended a conference back in 2003, and really that all changed for me. It was a conference put on by Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you guys know Bishop Jakes. He's a world-renowned pastor, mega entrepreneur and speaker. And T.D. Jakes walked out on the stage. He looked dead out into the audience and he said, "What are you going to do with the life you have left? Who were you created to bless? Who were you created to serve? What is your right now plan? What is your long-term plan? How are you going to use your gifts to make a difference in the world?" And I remember sitting there and I was like, yes, questions, because those were great questions. But then I was like, wow, because in that moment, I realized I didn't have great answers. I had a lot of things that I wanted to do. I had a lot of things that I intended to do. But in that moment, my reality was that I really hadn't done anything. And the tears began to stream down my face. Because here I was in my mid-30s, waking up every day, going through life with no direction, with no strategy, and no plan. And I realized that if I wanted to go from good to great, if I wanted to go from ordinary to extraordinary, if I wanted to go from some money to a whole lot of money, it will require me to get serious. And ladies, it will require the same thing of you. Take it from me, your big sis, that if you want to go to the next level of your life, it's going to require a shift. And you don't need to go another year. You don't need to go another month. Don't even go another day without getting the clarity you need and the strategies you need for the journey ahead. And that's why step one in the get right formula, the first thing is you have to get serious. Now, once you get serious, ladies, then it's time to get ready. Everybody say, get ready. Listen, when I talk about getting ready, I'm not talking about getting ready on the outside. We know how to do that. I'm talking about getting ready on the inside. I'm talking about getting your mind ready. I'm not talking about getting your mentality ready. And how do you do that? You do that by getting your discipline ready. How many of you know that discipline is your superpower? Discipline is the mighty distinguisher. It is the difference between who you are and who you were created to be. It is the difference between where you are and where you want to be. Discipline is the bridge between you and your success. You know, my husband and I were talking about Michael Jordan. We love basketball, and we were really talking about his work ethic and his level of discipline and how it really helped him to be arguably one of the greatest players, you know, in the game. And my husband shared a story with me. He said, you know, do you know why Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan? He said, Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan because at 5 o'clock in the morning, when all of his teammates are still in the bed, they're still snug, they're still asleep, Michael Jordan was already at the gym shooting free throws. He said at 6 o'clock in the morning, when everybody was hitting the snooze button, when all of his colleagues were just kind of rolling over in the sheets, Michael Jordan was in the gym shooting jump shots. He said at 7 o'clock, when his colleagues were trying to figure out if they were going to eat waffles or pancakes, bacon or sausage, Michael Jordan was running laps around the gym. Why? Because Michael Jordan was willing to do what most people won't, so he could have what most people will never have. And that's championship discipline that leads to championship results. And ladies, that's exactly what we need. We need championship discipline that leads to championship results so we could have championship success. And that's why step number 2 in the get right formula is you must get your mind and your discipline ready. So we're talking about the get right formula. We said that first you have to get what? You have to get serious. Then we said second, you have to get ready. And now, ladies, you have to get free. There's 7.9 billion people in the world. You're one of them. There's something different about you. There's something amazing about you. You have an overflow of tenacity and resiliency. You really have every single thing you need to succeed. But the problem is most people don't really believe that because most people are not free. Most people are not free because most people are bound by little things that are distracting them, that are disrupting them, that are defeating them on the road to destiny. Can anybody relate to that? And the truth is, we all struggle with something, right? You may be sitting here thinking, okay, Terry, so I'm on this road to destiny. What's distracting me? What's defeating me? Well, let me tell you, sis, fear. Fear is disrupting you. What else is distracting you? Procrastination and frustration, immaturity and insecurity, habits that don't serve you well, relationships that don't serve you well. I'm talking about anything and everything that is stopping you from bringing the greatest, grandest version of yourself. So we all have some things we have to work on. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter how cute you are. It doesn't matter how smart you are. None of that matters. We're all systematically a part of this thing called the human condition. That means that we are walking in imperfection just by virtue of our humanity. And we all have to put in work, right? So there's some things that we are struggling with, but here's the question. The question is, what are you going to do about it? What changes are you willing to make? What habits are you willing to break to become the best version of yourself? Let me tell you, ladies, if I were you today, I would get up and declare and decree that I am hereby free, that I would no longer allow anyone or anything to hold me back. I would declare and to decree that today is a new day, the day that I will step out. Why? Because I owe it to myself. I owe it to my family. I owe it to my ancestors, my historical legacy. I owe it to show up, to step out, and to do phenomenal things. And all you have to do to get started is to follow these 3 steps. It's the 3-step formula that we talked about today. Number 1, get serious. Number 2, get ready. And number 3, get free. Because when you do, you become unstoppable, and you, my sister, can change the world. I support all of you. I salute all of you. And I want you to know the best is yet to come. And I want to be with you and support you every step of the way. I hope I see you in the breakout room so we can talk about some of these things further. Alicia, Janae, back to you.
It's so much. It's so much. I cannot. I cannot.
Erline, I was
It's a
about to
lot.
put on my shouting shoes. Y'all was gonna see me cut a step real quick.
I cannot, I will not have this done to my nerves today. I wasn't ready.
So this is how y'all gonna do us.
Yeah. And make sure, ladies, that you look in the chat, because I am putting information on how to follow the speakers, their social media. I put in there if they have the book. I put Terry's social media, IG, and her book, and I'll also add her website as well. So make sure you get the information. It's going to be in the chat, and I also will email that out to everyone afterwards, their information, so you'll have it, because clearly you're going to want to have it. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Terry came through just like, hey,
it was
how
like,
you doing? I was like, oh wait, bob and weave, gut punch. I wasn't ready. This is so good. Am I the only one feeling? This is so good. Oh my goodness, I'm excited.
You're making me so happy. Like, whew,
this is so good. What hotel? Kristen is saying, what hotel? The 2022 retreat. Listen, it.
We'll let y'all know.
We're gonna let you know, because this needs to be a retreat. We need to do this face to face. I need to hold the hands and kumbaya. This is good. This is good. So we have Janae, go ahead and I mean, if you're prepared.
I guess I'm ready after that. I'm ready to.
All right. Once again, ladies, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to our speakers so far. We've had Miss E Speaks. We've had Farah. We've had Terry. I mean, okay. Yeah, mic drop. When is part 2? Ashley, listen, let us regroup and heal, because clearly we're wounded from what's happened in the first 3 speakers. We're wounded. So let you know.
I wouldn't say wounded. I would say we getting fed into as well.
Oh yeah. I wasn't prepared. So let me quit speaking and mute myself.
We knew what we were giving y'all, but not all the way what we were giving y'all. Like, child, okay, let's introduce the next speaker. We have Dr. Shakoria Wells, PhD, in CSP of Wells Consulting Services, Dr. Wells is a national certified school psychologist in the DC metropolitan area and is a member of several professional organizations across the country. Each year, she attends a variety of conferences to meet the needs of her clients and making informed educational decisions. She is considered an expert witness in the field of school psychology by the District of Columbia Courts and Schools. Her practice includes cross-battery assessments to answer referral questions within the educational setting thoroughly and bridging the disconnect between teachers, students, and parents. Her research interests include the impact of generational trauma on adolescents, culturally responsive teaching and multicultural teachers, education, and social justice. Dr. Wells has presented at national and international conferences, such as the National Association of School Psychology, the Association of Black Psychology, and the International Conference of Urban Education. Dr. Shakoria Wells, are you ready, ma'am?
I am ready, but my big sister, I call her T. Terry, Auntie Terry. So those were some big shoes to come behind. And I have to just pray to Jesus that he gives me the words. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you all today, because
you have this. You got this. You were taught by the best, clearly. I mean.
Yes. So I don't want to do this to y'all because I feel like y'all already like, ooh. So I have to come with conviction. So my first thing that I want you to know, or I want you to think about, just rest on, is what is one thing that you could do if you were not afraid? What is one thing that you could do if you were not afraid? Or if there are many things that you could do if you were not afraid. So if you could just think about, if I stop being lazy, if I stop procrastinating, if I stop making excuses, and if I love myself more, what would I do if all those things were not barriers or stumbling blocks? Some people say rich, some people say fully quit my job. And I want y'all to understand that all of the things that y'all are going to say in that chat box starts with you. You are the only person stopping you from greatness. And I want to leave you with an intervention, is that you just got to take small steps, because small steps create great distances, they create great legacies, and they create great things. So if you aren't taking those steps, you're stagnant. You can't get to where you need to be. But that starts with, are you the best representation of yourself? So I am going to share my screen with you all. And so in this, I want to talk about self-love. Are you the best version of yourself? And so I'm going to take a strategy from my prior sister. And she said, if you feel like you're the best version of yourself, raise your hand. If not, think about what are some things that you need to improve and what are some things that you need to work on and get conviction with yourself that can make you be the best version of yourself. I'm going to post. And so when you think about these things, or you are trying to figure out, well, that's a tough question for me. So the first thing I want you to think about, what is love to you? Do you know what love is? How do you operationalize love for me? So I'm going to start with my operational definition of love. Love to me is when someone loves me, someone respects me, someone respects my boundaries. They genuinely have a genuine love and regard for me. Like, they check on me, they're compassionate. Those are things that I know that I'm loved and what love is to me, because I also take the time to embody those things as well. So when I think about what is love, I love to give. I love to help. I love to foster great relationships with people and build communities and networks with people. So when you think about these things and you think about what are some things that you like, or what are some things that are love to you, I want you to know that they're going to be where you start. That's how you start. Like, so how do I want to be loved? Do you know how you want and I'm not talking about love just from self, But how do you want your husband to love you? How do you want your friends to love you? How do you want your sister, your brother? How do you want your family to love you? And then also on your job, how do you want love to be shown on your job? Because love is encompassing. So I want you to really think about, what does love mean for you? I see some people say love is patient and love is self-care with others. Another thing that I also want you guys to think about is, when you think about love, do you know how to show love? So a lot of us love to love in our love languages. So I'm going to talk about how I love. I love with acts of service. And I don't know if you're familiar with the 5 love languages. That is a great way to start for you to know how you love, how you like to be loved. I love acts of service and receiving gifts. Gifts can be a card in the mail, or gifts can be, for me, someone coming to drive me to the grocery store. Those are ways that I feel loved. Or if someone calls and checks on me and say that you were on my mind, those type of things. I'm going to talk to you about how love shifts. So I met 3 beautiful strangers in 2012 who were my cohort that went through me with my PhD program. A lot of them were quality time. I wasn't a quality time person because I just love people and showing gifts, like sending them a gift or coming to do things for them. But quality time is different. Quality time requires you to be intentional about how you love people. So being in someone's presence undistracted, being with people and showing them love. But I want you to think about, how do you like to be loved? So do you like for people to give you gifts? Do you like for people to give you words of affirmation? Do you like for people to give you hugs? I want you to put, what is your love language? How do you like to be loved in the chat? So that we can start to look at the things in our lives and how do we see love? Acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, being around people who are not distracted, acts of service, yes. So I'm going to give you all a quote. And it's, are you comfortable with telling others about your unmet expectations? So when someone isn't loving you in the correct way, do you know how to come to that person and say, I don't feel like you love me, or I don't feel like I'm valued or appreciated, or I don't feel like I'm getting reciprocity? Thank you, Ms. Johnson, for being honest. And yes, this is a safe space. Yes. So I'm going to teach you ways, or I'm going to tell you ways, or even just words for you to be able to say that, I'm not feeling the love, or I'm not feeling valued, or I'm not feeling respected, or I'm not feeling honored. And these things are very key for you to understand who you are about yourself. But I want to question you. How do you love on yourself? So what are some things to do that you show yourself love, and that you show yourself that you're valued? Do you take care of yourself? For me, it's my upkeep. It's getting my hair done. It's getting my nails done. It's getting a massage once a month. And it's also me buying myself flowers every week, because flowers make me happy. So do you know how to love? That is so good. You're working on it. Yes. Not for us to compare, but there are people every day that walk into offices and spaces and they put on a representation of what they think people think you are or who you are. I want you to strip that barrier of yourself. You should not be a walking representation of someone else. You should be a walking representation of your love, of your value, of your respect, of who you believe that you are. Because it's so easy for us to take on others' personas or other unmet expectations. And I love what Farah said earlier, is that you have to do what works for your body, but you also have to know what your body needs and how to love on your body and how to love on self. And so if you don't know that, you can't give something that you don't have. You can't give something that is empty. So you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you're drained, you're tired, you're all of this, where's room for love? How do you start showing yourself love? Chanel affirmations. Every morning I wake up, and people think this is so cliche, but I have sticky notes all over my room. And in the morning, and I get discouraged all the time, and I posted when Farah said about like the body compositions, I've always been told my whole life, you're very beautiful for a dark-skinned girl. Colorism. I'm pretty, period, without the adjective of dark. So I knew that because I had a grandmother that instilled in me that you have to love yourself, you have to affirm yourself, and you have to know who you are. So when we are walking into these rooms and we are putting on the representation of who we think we are, we have to strip that. We have to look at, who am I? Am I the best daughter? Am I the best friend? Am I the best teacher? Am I the best therapist? Am I the best lawyer? Am I the best motivational speaker? And if you are not, then what are you going to do? One of my favorite motivational speakers, and one of his quotes says, what you envision in your mind, how you see yourself, and how you envision the world around you is great importance, because these things become who you are. They become your focus and who you are. So do you believe in your mind, if you're thinking about, oh, I'm tired, oh, I'm depressed, you somatically start to think these things. You somatically start to become tired. You somatically start to feel depressed. And these are things that you're uttering out of your mouth about what you believe about self. And so what I want to convict you of today is, whatever that's negative that you think, oh, I'm tired, I need to prioritize my time. I need to have better time management. I need to go back to what Alicia said about having smart goals. And how you talk to yourself and how you reaffirm yourself is a direct reflection of how you love yourself. So exactly, Natasha, do not play about your words. What you speak from your mouth are affirmations, or they have power. Words have power. And so what I want you to understand and what I want you to know in this talk is that whatever you believe about self is going to manifest. If you're not confident, you're going to walk not being confident. If you feel like you're not smart, you're going to feel like I have to learn this and this. Earlier on, Alicia said that what we say and what we do are so impactful to who we are in our lives. And that is very true. A lot of times in our lives, we think that, oh, I should be doing this, or, oh, I should be doing that. You are running the race at the pace that you were intended to run. But you also have to make sure that as you are running this race, you run it with intentionality. And one good thing that Alicia said earlier too was that you have to get people around you who push you. I don't have anybody in my circle that speaks negative things about me, that don't value the same self-love that I have for myself. And so when you're thinking about, well, where do I need to go? And like Terry said, pushing yourself. Who's pushing you? You can't do things alone. And so I want to talk about fostering relationships and where do you start loving yourself? Fostering relationships that are healthy, with people that love you, with people that have the same goals and visions as you do. And you are going to start to build a community. And in this community, when you start to make up your map or your compass of people, you then have a support system that you go to, and they're going to push you as well. And they're going to say, you shouldn't say that. And we all are guilty of not saying the right things about self, about examining self negatively. But it's all about your refocus, how you shift your thinking, and where do you start? You start with loving self. So in that, get people around you that can push you, that can motivate you. Where do you start loving yourself? And I repeated the question again, is that how do you feel like you know how to embody love? So do you just love people in your love language? Oh, I'm going to give them acts of service, and oh, I'm going to give them words of affirmation. That means nothing to a person with quality time. You are choosing not to love that person the way that they want to be loved, and you are not showing the best version of yourself into them. It's easy for us to love people how we want to be loved. That's easy for me. But the real work starts when I look within myself and say, okay, I love acts of service. I love quality time. But this person needs words of affirmation. Putting that into perspective of, well, I'm going to just send them a text message. We get so caught up in things having to be materialistic. I guarantee if you text somebody that you haven't heard from in a week or two, you're going to think about, that person is going to be like, that made my day. I had someone who checked on me this past week that I hadn't heard from in like 2 months. And I always checked on them. And they said, I stopped and I said, I haven't heard from her. So let me talk to her. Are you being the best version of yourself to other people? So the last thing I want to leave you with is this. A person cannot treat you the way that you want to be treated if you don't model that. Do you model the way that you want to be loved? Do you show people the way that you should be respected? Do you show people how they can and cannot handle you? And in those things, people learn those reflections of you. Those people learn how to treat you. Oh, I can't come to her for that. I can't go to her and gossip because I've never seen her gossip about people. She's always been so encouraging. I can't go to her for that because that's not what she does. So when people see you and you are a representation of what you embody, they know how to handle you. They know those things. They know what impacts you and what things make you are triggers. And I also want to talk about this because we are on this and it's self-love. Everyone on this on this call has been exposed to trauma. Trauma impacts us in our relationships. It impacts us on our jobs. Trauma affects us in our marital relationships. And I want you to understand that it will manifest itself very differently. So when you think about trauma or something that's traumatic that has happened to you, I've always been told to speak, to look a certain way. And that gives me confidence. But when I have people that attack that, it makes me feel small. And then I have to go, leave, and reaffirm myself. I never talk to someone when I'm upset, when I'm mad. I give myself a break to calm down. But I hear what someone says about me, but I don't internalize that. I go back and I reaffirm the things that I know that are true to myself. And I'm in therapy. My therapist is getting rid of me because she said I have progressed. So one thing that I want to talk about is that Alicia talked about therapy. You cannot get through your life without some form of therapy. I'm going to tell you a personal story. My uncle died in 2014. And up until 2014, I thought I was a great individual. Thought that I had it going on. You couldn't tell me anything. And then someone very close to me died. I had never experienced death or grief. I didn't want to eat. Didn't want to finish my PhD program. Because the person that I felt like had one of the most instrumental parts in my life in being a father figure couldn't be there and was taken from me. And so I couldn't process past that. I was in a traumatic grief state. And the best thing that happened to me was that someone said, you need to go to therapy. And I was like, why? I mean, somebody died. When I went to therapy, I had to understand that grief is a lifelong process, that it is going to be lifelong. But it's my coping strategies that helped me get through this grief process. And I'm glad that I had experienced grief when I did, because me experiencing grief early, it made me get those foundational coping strategies. A lot of us don't have good coping strategies. Mine that I realized, and I'm so grateful, Farrah, that you came on here, because I worked with a weight specialist and a nutritionist, and I eat for my body type, but I emotionally eat. I have hormonal weight gain. So when I feel all those things, I want cakes, I want cookies, I want pies. I get in the kitchen and I start baking. And then I have to stop and think about, how am I coping? Am I coping the best way? Should I have gone for a walk? Should I have called a friend and talked to a friend? Should I have listened to an inspirational song or a sermon? My second mom is on this call. Her name is Gia. I love her immensely. She really saved my life when I was 14, because my grandmother said I just had to go to college. I mean, I had to just work, not go to college. She introduced me to college. And so when I talk about that communal piece and people exposing you, you have to get around people that are going to push you in the direction of where you need to go. And yes, Natasha, evaluating your coping skills. So now when I'm sad, I listen to music, I journal. Journaling has been my life. I have a self-reflection journal, and I'm going to read some of the excerpts from it. And you can just do this in your daily day. I got this journal from Ross. Or it might have been Marshall's, but Marshall's and Ross have great places for journals. But in my journal, it says, capturing today. How did you take care of yourself today? How did you love on yourself? Every day you should be doing something that makes you happy. And if you don't, you need to start. So what makes you happy? Do something that you can take care of yourself today. What was a good thing that happened to you today? Did something good happen to you? And if nothing happened good to you in that day, what did you do that was good for somebody else? How did you serve? How did you be a servant to somebody else to make somebody else's days better? What are something that you are grateful for? We can say that we're grateful for love, life, sound mind, peace, and happiness. But what are you grateful for? What have you done to show gratitude to others, to self? How are you being grateful for the things that are in your life? What is your intention for tomorrow? So, a lot of us, we go through our days and we plan it out. But what is something that's important for you to do for self? So in the morning, when I get up, I affirm myself, I brush my teeth, and I wake up early enough in the morning. I like time too. I wake up early enough in the morning that I give myself time to do the things that I love and that I want. So I'm not rushing trying to hurry up and get up, because how you start your day sets the tone for your day. You get up rushed, your whole day is going to feel rushed. You're going to feel like this. But slow down. And if you are the person that's causing you to rush in the morning, you need to evaluate your schedule, your routine. What can I do at night the day before to make my morning better? There are going to be some things that you're going to have to do. Again, what Alicia said, discipline. The thing between greatness and mediocrity is discipline. It's consistency. It's the things and the little habits that we do every day that push us to the greater goal. So what stumbling blocks are causing you to not be where you are? And if you're that stumbling block, then I want you to evaluate self and say, how can I change this? How can I meet my expectations? And if you are having challenges with this, you can get a life coach. Life coaches are great. You may feel like you need to go into a different career, a career change, a career shift. How do you do transitional changes in your life? You can go to a career coach. A career coach can help you navigate through that. I'm an avid believer of, we don't know what we do not know, but we perish for a lack of knowledge, because the internet is at our fingertips. Everything that you want to know, there's a resource for that. So you have to take the time to research. We research a trip, a bag. We research how to do various things. But do we research how to be better, how to overcome? We do all of the other things, but being very intentional with self. So I want to leave you with, how do you become the best version of yourself? One is what Terry said. You have to be real with yourself. If you're not loving yourself, if you feel like that you're not the best representation of yourself, body-wise, physical health-wise, your image-wise, you're the person that stops and changes and say, you know what, I want to be better for my health, for my wealth, my finances, and for my mental health. You can't live your life with, you can take care of your body, but you have to take care of your mind. Your mind is a dangerous and powerful muscle if you use it correctly. And you start by doing it with self-love, with loving yourself and affirming that every single day. Because if you don't, that trauma will come in and it will manifest itself on your job, in your relationships, in your friendships. You'll start feeling insecurity. You'll start comparison. And that doesn't happen. That's not a breed of love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not boastful. Love is understanding. And so when you understand what love is, you become the best version of yourself, but you see from a perspective of love. And I think that that's what's lacking now in our society, is that we don't have the perception of love, that this person is telling me something from a loving place. This person is helping me from a loving place. And we talked about mentors earlier. And I love my mentors immensely, because they do not tell me anything out of malice. And if you know that that person has a genuine regard for you, they could tell me today that I need to get myself together, or I'm not the best version of myself. And I'm going to take that to heart, because I know that they love me and they see something in me that needs to change. And so you have to get people around you that embody the same self-love. And if you're having challenges with that, make sure that you go to therapy, you get people around you, and you get you a village that starts loving on you. That is all that I have for today. And I also, lastly, I want you to think about every day, how do you embody love? How do you embody truth? How do you embody the things that you want to be manifested for your life? Are you a walking representation of how you want to be treated, how you want to be loved and valued? That is all that I have, T-Lees.
Gosh, listen. You better stop. You better stop. Shakoria, love
Very
you.
good.
Thank you. Ladies, listen, come all the way through. Come all the way through with the love. If you are not being fed today and you didn't come hungry, and there's no way you walked into this room not hungry and starving. You didn't even know you were starving. You had no idea you needed what is given to you today. And that's the best food to get, isn't it? That's the best food to have, is when you're being fed things that you didn't even realize you needed. And we're not done. We're not done. I know it's a lot. We're emotionally drained. Listen, I need a nap because I need to curl up in a ball with a body pillow and just reflect on my 25 years, mind your business, 25 years of life on everything. But this is so amazing and so needed. I am so thankful that I am doing this with my podcast sister, Janae. See, let me tell you something. I apply pressure. Anyone here who knows me, and there's a lot of them in the room, knows I apply pressure. I cheerlead you. I love you. And I will not allow you to dim your light because that's not acceptable. And Janae, for a very long time, used to dim her light. Will not tell you how amazing she is, all the things that she does. And I refuse to let that happen. Janae was like, Erline, we doing it? Yes, ma'am, we're doing it. And I knew working with Janae, I better bring excellence because I know she's going to bring excellence. But with all that being said, and gathering and curating this event, I was not going to allow Janae to not sit here and present what she does best. Janae is an author, a blogger, CEO of her own company, podcast host, creator, innovator, educator, wife, bonus mom. She does so much, and she's so young doing it. She has battled health crisis after health crisis, mentally and physically, and still walks around with a smile on her face. Will not tell you she's amazing. Will not tell you that she is the self-care thug doing her thing. So I refuse to let this day go by and not have Janae Strickland-Nunn do and present what she does best, which is love and self-love and self-care. So, ladies, I present to you Janae Strickland-Nunn.
Oh goodness. Well, y'all, I don't know. I guess since I turned got in my what is it? My what 30s? My late 30s, I've become a crybaby. So I gotta hold back my tears because child, thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, I am presenting today. Can everybody hear me okay? I hope so. All right, good. All right, so I am going to piggyback off of all these amazing speakers, and just y'all have fed into me, and I really wasn't trying to feed into anybody. I was just trying to be a host, y'all. But here I am. Here I am. I'm going to talk about today choices, and our choices throughout the day are whether we're choosing peace or chaos. So we're going to talk about how to choose peace over chaos each and every day of your life. Share with y'all. So we're going to talk about, are you choosing peace or are you choosing chaos when you wake up in the morning? What are you choosing? This is all the things. There it is. I am a teacher, author, blogger, podcaster. I'm a self-care enthusiast, but I'm also called the self-care thug because if anybody tries to step over your boundaries, I'm the one to call. You ain't got to do it. I do it for you. Don't worry. You don't want a bad name? I don't care. I'll do it for you. So that's why I am the self-care thug. So this is what I want you to think about right now. Think about this. Whatever your mood is in the morning, it pretty much stays that same way throughout your day. It's hard to change it. You know, if you're having a bad morning in the morning, it's hard to kind of flip that switch and go into, okay, I'm gonna have a good day. It's really hard to do that. So if you start your day off in a bad mood, you're usually gonna end the day off like you just ready to take a nap. Usually that's what I do. If I start off a bad day, I tell myself, girl, I can't wait till you go home and get into bed and take a nap. Right. So I've just thrown my full day away. And that's not what we should really do. We should do a little bit better than that. So I want you to ask yourself this. Are you waking up and choosing violence? Is that what you're waking up and doing every single day? Are you choosing violence? Because you shouldn't, right? I'm going to tell you things that you can implement in your everyday routine so that you're not choosing violence, so that you're not snapping at people every day, so that you're not going off on people or even having anxiety attacks or just anything throughout your day. I really want to give you those tools so that you know what you can do to make your day great, because nobody wants to have a bad day every single day. It sucks. It really does. So first thing I want you to do, and because I'm a teacher, I want you to write. So this is your time to write. You don't have a choice. And I'm going to give you a time limit. So I want you to first off think about your morning routine, okay? Now I'm going to give you 3 minutes to kind of jot down what you do for your morning routine. Think about the way you start your day every day. Are you rushing around the house trying to get you and the kids ready? What's your attitude like during that process? Do you give yourself time to process what needs to actually happen throughout the day? And are you implementing morning self-care? So I'm giving you 3 minutes. Think about your morning routine. It is 12:59. Yeah, you got 3 minutes. So at 1:02, I'm gonna be asking people questions. Right.
I just want to add, you wrong for putting us in school right now. I'm just saying.
I'll be all right.
Okay.
You'll be okay. So think about everything that you go through in the morning. Think about what you could do better. Think about all those things. I might shorten it up. I might just give y'all 2 minutes. That's so mean, but you'll be all right. Uh-oh. Let me go back into my present mode. About 1 more minute. And for some reason, I can't see the chat. That's okay. Couple more seconds. There we go. I am not a teacher tech. All right. Anybody want to share how their mornings go and be actually like truthful? Remember, this is a non-judgmental zone. I'm not judging anybody. How are your morning routines? Are you rushing around? Are you hitting the snooze button like 3 times? Like you actually plan, you schedule to hit the snooze button 3 times. Do you do that?
I personally have 5 alarms in the morning and hit the snooze button every single time in the morning to only end up running late because I kept hitting the snooze button.
So you scheduled to be late.
I scheduled to be late.
Scheduled to be late.
Amen. Amen. I'm the same way. Same way.
So we're scheduling ourselves to be late, and think about all the chaos you are inviting into your life in the morning. Like you are literally choosing chaos because you are scheduling to be late. Now, what kind of sense does that make? None, zero, none of it.
And then get upset with myself because I did it.
See? And that doesn't make any sense.
You got to unmute yourself.
Okay, there we go. So here are some things that can help you out just in your morning routine so that you are not, and I don't even think my screen is sharing. Can y'all see my screen? No, okay, it stopped. That's all right. I'll go back. There it is. That's the one I want. All right, so here are some things that you can do in the morning. First thing, and this is just daily, okay? The first thing you need to do is you need to wake up about 45 minutes to an hour early. Stop hitting the snooze button. If you go to sleep on time, then you can wake up on time, right? And we're going to talk about doing daily, like planning your day out. We're going to talk about that as well. That way you don't feel like you have to hit the snooze button 15 times, because we're planning to be late. Also, you need to listen to your body and stretch. We are women of a certain age. We are not spring chickens anymore. You need to warm your body up. As much as we think we just jump out the bed, no, girl. I sit on the side of my bed for a good 5 minutes thinking about, are my knees gonna work? Is my back okay? How are my shoulders feeling? I listen to me. You have to listen to your body. When we start getting up, jumping up and moving, you still have to warm your body up for the day. We're not spring chickens. We're not in our 20s anymore. Sorry, y'all. I love y'all, but we're not in our 20s anymore. So you have to get up, listen to your body, listen to what's hurting, pay attention. Your body sends signals for a reason. So you need to pay attention to those signals. Also, be intentional about your day. You have to use affirmations. Thank you, Dr. Shakur. Thank you so much for talking about affirmations. Affirmations can set your mindset for the rest of the day. So if you just waking up, running around like a crazy person getting dressed, whatever your intentions, like what are you really thinking about that's going to be accomplished for the rest of your day? If you're rushing, it's just you're going to be behind all day long. That's it. But if you actually sit and you really think about what's happening with your day, then that can help you push through. That can help you figure out what you need to do. And also your morning routines, if you have a set morning routine, it should be able to be completed independently. And I'm saying this to like parents. If you're a parent, if you're a dog parent, whatever it is, whatever. If you're a parent and you have kids, start teaching them how to do things independently from you. That way, if you're not there, they still know how to get things done. Or while you're doing your morning routine, you can have peace of mind that they're going to do what they're supposed to do, and make it like a game or something for them. I don't know, whatever you need to do, but make it to where that if you're not there, if they don't, if mama hasn't woken them up, are they going to be up and dressed? Do you know that? So make sure that the morning routines that you set can be completed independently from you. It could go on. If you have a husband and he's just waiting on you, if he feels you get out of bed, then he knows to get out of bed. No, tell that man to set his own alarm, because y'all have to, first of all, he's grown. Second of all, he's grown. But anyway, you have to do it to where everybody can independently be able to function in your house. And that way you get to focus on your self-care. Because if you don't focus on your self-care and you're giving out to everybody else, you're going to be empty and you're going to be mad and tired and frustrated. And you're going to be choosing chaos all day long because you got an attitude. All right. So the next thing is determine how you want your day to go. And these all go together. So be selective about your social media. What are you scrolling through? What are you clicking on? Are you falling for the clickbait? I'm going to tell y'all this. We're in Houston, and I used to follow ABC 13. And y'all know for the past couple of years, it's been a mess, right? I would get on there and troll people on purpose because it was fun. But that's negativity. Hey, I'm truthful and I tell you I am. But that only bred negativity, right? That was only me being petty to them, to people who don't know me. That was just breeding negativity. So I unfollowed ABC 13. So I wouldn't have to read dumb comments that I felt the need to respond to, right? So you have to be selective about what is on your social media. Know that you don't always have to respond to those things. Know that you don't have to you don't have to respond. If you see something dumb, scroll past it. It's easy. It's free and easy, and you're not expending any energy. The next thing is to make sure that you choose positivity. So who are you going to surround yourself with during your day? We know those people who are positive at our jobs, at our workplace, and that we really should talk to every day. We know those people who are going to gripe and complain. And you know what? People, whenever you have negativity, you could feed into that too. So who are you going to choose to surround yourself with during your day so that you know you're going to have positive people? You're going to have positivity feeded into you, and that's going to bounce off of you as well. Whatever you put in your body, that's what you're going to get out. It goes with exercise, it goes with food, it goes with who you surround yourself with. If you don't have any positive influences during your day, it's going to be seen. You're choosing chaos. And then the last thing is how to determine what you want to go on during your day is what can you control? Right? When I went to therapy, I had to go to therapy because I had an anxiety disorder. I was a big time control freak. So I was trying to make sure everybody did what I wanted them to do. But as we all know, you can't control people. We can't control their actions. We can't control what people say. We can't control what people do. We can't control what people think. So what can you control? The only thing you can control is you and what you're putting out, right? That's it. So you have to know that during the day, you control what you can control. And if you can't control it, it's really not worth your energy. It's not worth having anxiety over. It's not worth freaking out over. It's not worth any of that. You just have to be like, okay, if that's the way, if somebody tries to pop off at you, you don't even have to respond. Okay, if that's the way you feel, you're good, and keep it moving. It's not, that's the way that you choose peace over chaos. And you don't have to continue to think about, I can't believe they said that to me. I can't believe they did that to me. Can you control it? Nope. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Now, here's my next activity for y'all. I told y'all I'm a teacher, so sorry, kids. What you're gonna get. So the next activity is I want you to write 3 positive affirmations. 3 positive affirmations for yourself. Your positive affirmations they should start with I am. They have to be positive and keep it brief. You don't want to write like a whole paragraph. Like if you want to, I am going to be positive today. That is an affirmation. I am going to forgive today and move forward. That is an affirmation. Affirmations, I totally 100% believe in affirmations. I actually started doing them every weekday on my podcast. I just give you 3 affirmations. If you can't think of them yourself, you got them. You can do it. You can listen to them every day. So I'll give you 2 minutes to write down some good affirmations. And if you want to, go ahead and share them in the chat. Let me see your affirmations. If your affirmation is, I will avoid drama today, that is an affirmation. It's positive. You're not choosing violence. I am enough. That's a good one. I am feeling young. I like that. I like that. The way you think is the way you feel. I am a finisher. Yes, not a procrastinator. I am motivated. I am grateful. I am enough. I am ready. I will choose discipline. See, these are short statements. You can write these on your mirror. You can put them on the sticky notes. You can do whatever you need to with these, but feed into yourself every morning. This is living with intention. This is choosing peace. This is choosing not to feel like you're out of control. These are the things that will help you out. And the reason why I asked you guys to put them in the chat, because you may have came up with one that somebody else really likes. Because I heard somebody say, ooh, I love I am a finisher. Yes, those are things that we need to speak over our lives. We need to speak those out. I will remove negativity. Yes. Yes, see, easy. I'm a teacher at heart, but I told y'all, assignments are easy. Okay, the next thing is master your emotions. Choosing peace over chaos is to master your emotions. Do not let people run you hot at all, ever. You can't control people's emotions. You can't control people's feelings. You can't control the way people speak to you sometimes. You can't control, you just can't control it. You know, people wake up, we just all heard that we wake up and plan to be late. So other people do the same thing. Other people choose chaos in the morning. So people will come to you with bad attitudes because that's what they did. They chose violence that day. but you can't control that. So what you can control is the way that your emotions are towards that situation. So one thing you can do is calm your mind. Deep breathing always helps to calm your mind. If you feel your thoughts racing around, if things are going crazy and you're all over the place, stop and do some deep breathing. In through your nose, hold it for like a couple of seconds, and then out through your mouth. And it should be slow breathing. It shouldn't be, because that gets you hyped up. It should be really slow, intentional breaths, because that will calm your body down. It will let your body know, hey, we're stressing, we're under duress, so let's breathe, let's get it together, let's focus. Another thing, get your anxious emotions in check. Anxiety is just you worrying about a situation that hasn't even happened yet. Most of the time, it hasn't happened yet. So you're anxious about the turnout of something, you're freaking out over how something's going to go, and it hasn't even happened yet. So you can't let your emotions, your anxiety frustrate you and get you all flustered because it hasn't happened yet. I almost got that way last night. I started like freaking out a little bit, and I was like, what if people don't come? What are me and Erline gonna do? Da 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 da. And then I was like, girl, the day hasn't even gotten here yet. So what are you tripping about? It hasn't even started. Like, we're not even in the next day. We're not here. So take a deep breath, relax, go to sleep, wake up early if you need to, and you'll figure it all out. Whatever happens will happen. Whoever shows up will show up. And that's it. That's it. So get your anxious emotions under control. Get them under control. And then control your response to daily activities. The way you respond to when things don't go right, that is how your body knows to react. So if things are going crazy and you respond with, oh my gosh, what we're going to do? What's going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. You have to control your response. And don't let other people's responses to something that's little kind of ricochet on you, transfer to you. Don't do that. Just control your responses. If something's not going right, take a deep breath, look at the situation and say, okay, how can we fix it? Instead of freaking out. Because freaking out really helps no one. It just causes you to stress more. And then anxiety will kick in, and then most of us, I'm just gonna say it, most of us gain weight is because we're overstressed and our body can't handle those hormones that keep continuously pumped through us. So stop stressing, take a deep breath and look at the situation and say, okay, I can respond this way instead of this way. What can I do to fix it? Instead of freaking out and being like, oh my gosh, it's all going ahead. No, it's not. It's not. Just take a deep breath. All right, here is a good fact, and I think I just said this. Your emotions change the way you're breathing. So if you are freaking out, your breathing responds to that. Sometimes you'll even notice throughout the day, I do this myself. I stop typing an email, or I stop like in between a lesson if I'm checking on my kids. I stop and I tell myself to breathe. Because sometimes you'll notice you're holding your breath or you're taking really shallow breaths. So if you look at your breathing pattern, it can cause you to kind of relax, think about, okay, what's going on? Why am I holding my breath? Or why am I taking shallow breaths? Like, what can I do to fix that? So really that's one thing that kind of flows into the next thing, which is be present. Make sure you are present all the time. Don't live in the future. Don't live in the past. Focus on where you are right now. Don't do any of those. The future hasn't gotten here yet, and the past is gone. It don't even matter anymore. So be present in every situation that you're in. So first thing, don't think about what could go wrong. It hasn't even happened yet. I just said that. You can't focus on what could go wrong, because what if it doesn't? What if everything goes great? Then you did all that worrying for no reason. Another thing is keep yourself present in the moment. Like, listen to gain information, especially if you're talking to somebody. Listen to gain information, not to react. That's what a lot of us have issues with. I'm raising my hand because I that's what I did. I used to listen to react, like what they about to say. They're gonna say something, pop off, and then I gotta pop off. And That doesn't make any sense. I really need to listen to people. We need to listen to people. So number one, see what their emotions are, see where they're at, where their mind is. So you could focus on getting the information and then making like a real choice on your words and what you need to say. So everybody, don't always be on the offensive. Like, be present in the moment. And then journal. I love journaling. It helps you reflect on your day. It helps you to continue to be present. You can write down your thoughts. You can write down other people's, like, their reactions. Like, you know what, when my boss said this today, I wanted to do this, but then I realized what was actually going on. So it helps you reflect and understand everything that happened during the day so that you can focus and get it together. All right. Okay. And then our last thing. So you are going to work on creating routine. Daily routines keeps your life peaceful. This keeps you from choosing violence and chaos every single morning when you have 5 alarms to wake up late on purpose. But so setting daily schedules helps you have a peaceful day. All right. It really does. It helps you. That way, you know what's supposed to happen at each point of the day. You know what I need to do each point of the day. So you're not living in chaos. You're not like worrying about, did I forget to do something? What I got to do today? What is it? Da, da, da. You don't have to do any of those things. Like, you can really focus on and know, okay, this needs to happen throughout my day. I need to set a daily routine. So here are a couple of things when you're thinking about setting your routine. Start with evening preparation. Like, you can get your outfits together at night. You can get your lunch. You can make your lunch for the next day at night. If you meal prep, you can do them all on one day, and then you have it for the rest of the week. If you have important papers that you have to make sure that you put in your bag, like pack your work bag, do all of those things at night. That way you could get a good rest and not worry about, did I forget my laptop? Did I do this? Did I do, you don't have to do all that. You'll be ready. All it is by the door. You could pick it up and make it happen. The next thing is use familiar systems that you already use. We all use systems. We all do them every single day. We don't think we do it automatically. We all already have systems. Stick with the ones that work for you, right? Don't try to do anything. No, don't do that. Figure out your systems that you already have and make them work for you. Because if they already work for you, then that's a great thing. Work with the things that you need, that you already have. And then the last thing is, keep it simple, stupid. I'm not calling y'all stupid. I'm just telling you, keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, silly, or smart person. If you want to replace that. Complicated routines will only cause chaos. So keep everything simple and easy to do. Remember, I told you your routine should be able to be done independently of you. So if you keep everything simple, you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off in the morning. You're not looking crazy. You're not at work trying to straighten up your wig and make sure your lipstick's right. Like, if everything is already, your routines are good, then when you go, you're good. You know how to do everything. So here it is, activity time. I told you to write your wonderful routines, whatever they were, the 5 alarms or 3 different alarms, or roll out of bed and click the computer, whatever you do. So you are now going to, and I'm good on my time, good. You are going to look at your morning routine that you wrote out, and then you're going to think about ways that you can improve it. Ways that you can improve it. So now you are looking at that crazy routine. Somebody said have 2 alarms. That's a good one. Having 2 alarms is a great thing. Remember, it should be able to be replicated in any setting. So even if you're not at home, if you're on a trip, can you still keep your morning routine? And keep it simple. Making sure to have my time with God, yes, in the morning. Yes, those workouts, that time to meditate, to pray, to get your mind together. That's big. To feed into your spirit when you leave the house, because not everybody has the same intention as you do. Night before, put your alarm away. Yes, away from you. Yes, so that you don't just hit it. You have to get out of bed to turn it off. That's a good one. Daily devotions. Take devices out of the bed. Yep. Wake up at least 1 hour before logging on for work. Yes. Prepare, plan, and propose. Yes. Very good, ladies. Very good. I love it all. I love it all. So just remember, as you're looking at your morning routines, remember, peace or chaos is your choice. That is your choice. That is your responsibility. That's no one else's. So make sure you stay present. Know that it's a part of your self-care and your choices affect your day. So stop choosing violence and choose peace. And that is a whole bunch of my other things. I'll see you later. But I hope you guys have learned a lot of stuff. I hope I was able to feed into you like all the other ladies I had to follow. These wonderful, wonderful women I had to follow. But yes, make sure that you choose to be present in your day. All right.
So you really just skimmed over how to follow you and your book and all your things.
It was at the end. It was the
You
last slide.
really
You
just
want,
skimmed
okay, wait.
over.
Okay, wait. God. So
Thank you.
if you would like, here's my information, guys, because I don't do a good job at this. So I do have a book. It's called The Journey Back to Loving Yourself. It is a step-by-step guide to self-reflection, self-care, and self-love. It is the second edition. It is available now as an ebook on Kindle. The hard copy will come out next week. I also have a podcast. It's called Confessions from a Red Couch Podcast. The podcast is all about improving the relationship with yourself so you don't take your trash to others, because no one wants your unresolved issues. Also, if you could find everything at confessionsfromaredcouch.com, and my social media, you can find me Facebook and Instagram is Confessions from a Red Couch, and then Twitter is CFA Red Couch. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
Also, Janae's book will be used by a therapist that she knows as a tool for their patients.
Yeah.
Thank you. Listen, I don't understand. I want you to act right. Ladies.
My bad. I tried. I didn't want to take attention away from anybody else. So, you know.
Okay. So, thank you all so very much. We are not done because we're going to give you a nice intermission, a nice break, about 10 minutes at the most, and then we'll go into the breakout rooms. I'm going to put a poll up. If you can see it, let me know. Go ahead and let me know. Will it tell me who wants to? I hope it does. Let me know which room you want to go in after your break, and I'll place you in that room. Hopefully this works. If not, put in the chat and let me know, and I will make sure you get there. It may not work for me because I'm not tech savvy. So what we're going to do is take a break right now, come back in the room at 1:40. That should be enough. Get a drink. You may need some wine if you're stressed out, because everyone decided to hit some nerves today and fed us some good stuff. So make sure you take a small break, get some water, get something to eat. We are almost done. Thank you so very much. And when we come back, I will try to put everyone in their breakout room where you want. Pause the recording. Yeah, I was tell y'all 10 minutes. I gave you 11.
You gotta correct
You
y'all.
just
Look,
keep the clean out.
we are respecting y'all's time. We
You
are
better
respecting
exchange
your time.
information. Check the chat. Welcome, 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 welcome.
I just want to say, ladies, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I was, like I told Dr. Wells, I was late coming in, but I checked my planner and I'm like, I was throwing on, I was like, okay, doing my little rap. I'm like, I gotta be in the room. And like the old folks used to say in church, God showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And that we are the embodiment of God here on this earth. You ladies have delivered the manna from heaven. You have poured into me. You have inspired me to do better, right? Sometimes we become stagnant and we are in that negative uncomfortability, right? That negative comfortability where we know we need to do something, but it's like, what do I need to do first? And we become so frazzled in our mind. So like Janae said, so much chaos going on. It's hard to separate your thoughts of what I actually need to do and just writing it down. And you ladies, a word in due season. You ladies are a word in due season. You are that water in the desert. You are that sunshine in a rainy season. You are my umbrella. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Words cannot describe or formulate my gratitude to you ladies. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Justin. Justin, if you need to also talk about how amazing you are. She's a therapist as well. She's out here like she doesn't have these tools already in her toolbox. You better stop it. I know you, but thank you for those words. And thank you all. This collection, you know how they say, who should be here is here. You should never worry about who's not. It's who's here right now. And just seeing all of you and those who had to leave, because we understand it's a long life is happening every day. We're so thankful. And I am so blessed to just now have all of you in my circle and in my family. Some I know, some I didn't know. And I'm just so glad you're enjoying and got something from it. The one big thing for me, and then I'll stop talking, I cannot stand going to a conference or a meeting or anything and walking out unfulfilled and time wasting. Like, what was that? What was that? And I knew curating these women, to put these women together, it was going to be something. I wasn't ready. I'm still, listen, I'm bruised, okay? All of you have bruised me. I want to go get a steak right now, but Farrah is on my mind. Like, I can't go get me a good ribeye because Farrah told me my body type and I'm vexed about it, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I just know that I just feel so refreshed. And I know that the rest of my day is going to be amazing because all of you fed into me from the comments in the chat, from each one of you speaking. I felt something and I'm so thankful for that. And I just want to say thank you all, those who had to leave, step away because they have games with their children and babies to feed. Thank you. And for all of you who are still here, thank you so much. Janae, you're on mute.
Got it. My bad. All right. So do we want to do our last giveaway?
Let's do our last giveaway.
Okay. Well, we have, is she here? Where? She's here.
She's here.
Can you unmute yourself? She is the giver. She is the sponsor of our last giveaway. And I want her to talk about her brand and her giveaway. You hear me? Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear my name. Hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Malone, and I'm the owner of Bella Pell. Bella Pell is a luxury bath and body company here in Houston. The mantra here is naturally beautiful, naturally you. And I want all individuals to always keep in mind that they are the standard of beauty. And so today I am giving away the ultimate bath and body collection. If you are chosen, you will get the Flawless Face System, which is a cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer. I also make luxury bars of soap. So you'll be getting a bar of soap, a body butter with a matching body wash. You're going to get a whole set.
y'all, and her products are the truth, like the glow. Just saying. I always say that, the glow.
And I also have a discount code for you guys if you want to take a look at the website and buy anything. To check out and get 20% off your order throughout the rest of the month of March, use the word focus in all caps, and you can take 20% off your total order.
Yes, so make sure you get it 20%. If you don't get the gift basket, make sure you go get her products because they are amazing. I love them all. I love them.
And I'll make sure I email all of that information to you after this. You'll get everyone's link for their books, because Terry has a book out. Farrah has a book. You know, Farrah was sold out, so she wants to put some more books on the. Terry has a book. Farrah has a book. I'll make sure
I restocked for y'all.
Thank you. So everyone's linked for Farrah's book, Terry's book, Janae's book, for Shakoria services, Farrah services, because you know, Terry services. Janae we're gonna email for Janae too, because she gonna do something for y'all. Yes, that's happen. And also the winner of that Bella Pell basket is Jocelyn. Okay, look at that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
I do have something to say. Sorry, really quickly. Thank you so much for inviting me, you know, on this platform to speak with, you know, all of the members here today. I really do appreciate the both of you guys, and I appreciate you for, like, you know, I'm really am honored because you hand selected, you know, me. And you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to email me and say, hey, do you want to be a part of this? So I really do appreciate that. Appreciate the both of you. And also the ladies that were in my breakout room, I sent all of you a direct message with my email. So just make sure you just check your Zoom really quickly, just to make sure y'all had that info. But yeah, thank you, ladies. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Farrah. Anyone else? Any questions?
I do. I don't have a question. I just want to say again, thank you. I mean, I'm just wore out because this was just amazing. This was absolutely amazing. I want to piggyback and say, Miss Erline and Janae, you all, this was amazing. This was amazing. This is everything I thought it would be and then some. And you all did this in excellence. I don't know what's about to take place with this, but I'm like, whoa. And to all of the ladies on the panel, amazing speakers, absolutely amazing. And then I too want to say the breakout room was great. I didn't know I was talking. Miss Kristen didn't tell me that she was the, how do you pronounce the business? Is it pure, how do I say it?
It's Bella Pell.
Bella Pell. She didn't tell me she was Bella Pell herself. I'm like, man, y'all are just wearing me out. So yes, I'm gonna go purchase, but I want to say thank you. And today was amazing. This has been absolutely amazing. I can't say it enough. Kudos, y'all did an excellent job in executing this virtually. I've done some virtual things. I don't think I've ever been anything virtual like this good. I'm always in a virtual something. So I'm just saying, and I'm not just saying it because I'm on the panel. This was amazing, ladies, and it was so nice to meet everyone. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? If not, listen. We early and we're done.
Well, I do want to say thank you as well, really quickly, just to follow up on the other ladies' sentiments. I really appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this. I'm very proud of both of you. You guys had an idea, you executed the idea, and look at what has manifested into fruition. So this is just a very blessed experience. Was just honored to be on the panel with the other speakers. You ladies were amazing. And, you know, I'm just really honored to be a part of it and blessed to be here and just walking in gratitude with the whole experience. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Shakoria.
Hi. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I was trying to break down setup. First of all, exactly what Farrah said. You hand-picked this panel. So I am very honored to be handpicked to be on a panel with so many phenomenal women. And it was phenomenal women at the conference. Like, you all are brilliant in your own regards. And the thing is that there's nothing that happenstance happened to here today. Like, I believe in Romans 8:28, all things are called good to those who are called according to his purpose. So your purpose is here. You got tools for your purpose. So I thank you so much for allowing me to be here and to speak.
And we're so thankful for you.
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can, Chanel. You can say something.
I didn't want to say anything, but I have to say it. I'm so very proud of Lisa, my
If y'all don't know who that is, that's me. Y'all keep hearing multiple names. I told you that I'm Lisa as well. That's me.
Yes, my jack of all trades. But overall, everything was so excellent, guys. I enjoyed it. Like I said in the comments, it was refreshing. It was richness. It was greatness. And so it just inspires me to continue to do more, to do better, to be more intentional. So I loved it. It was awesome.
Good. Thank you, Chanel.
Thank you.
Well, that is all, ladies. We will want the speakers to stay on about 5 minutes after we close out. We want to ask you something just about 5 minutes. I want to say thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for being a part of this and taking your time out of your day to get this information and get these tools. And I'm so glad that you were in the room to feel what we felt. It's just, this was so much. I'm just going to walk around with a smile on my face for the rest of the week. I know I will. So thank you all so very much. And we will, ladies, Sunshine, you smiling too hard. Thank y'all so very much for being here. It's all with love and gratitude.
All of it.
Ladies.
Bye, guys.